Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Advective Weather. This is Jake speaking. We'd like to talk about what's going on today with specifically the flooding event that's going on in New England currently and the severe weather threat that's happening in the Central Plains. Um, so, we're going to talk about the New England rain threat first. So, this is kind of the most important thing I wanted to talk about today because, according to the Weather Prediction Center, there is a high risk of heavy rainfall for parts of New England, specifically in parts of Vermont, extreme northeastern portions of New York, kind of just in that general area. There's going to be so much rain that's going to fall in that area, and that threat is going to be, of course, flash flooding. The soil is wet up there, according to the National Weather Service down in Burlington. So that's going to just cause a lot of flooding. It's going to cause a lot of runoff. National Weather Service are expecting a quarter of an inch to three quarters of an inch, but I've seen some estimates that go up to an inch plus per hour. And I think we've already seen instances of where we've seen an inch plus per hour, but this is an ongoing event. So we're going to see right afterwards. And flooding is already occurring, like I already said. So if you are in Vermont and specifically that general area, that is going to be a really big concern because there's just a lot of wet soil and a lot of runoff. And we're thinking that the rain is going to move up by the area by the latest tomorrow morning. We're thinking that to be around 6, 7 a.m. is going to be when the last of it is just going to be out of the area. We might have some lingering showers here and there, but there's not going to be anything that's going to be significant. And like I said, there's already flash flood warnings that are in effect for parts of Vermont, specifically in St. John's, Barry, Rutland, that area, just because of that massive rainfall threat. What can you do during a flood threat? So I just wanted to talk about real quick. That's going to be the point that's going to be last, but I just wanted to emphasize turn around, don't drown. A lot of people underestimate how deep that water really is. They think it's not going to be that deep, but water's very heavy in mass. So if there's just a lot of water in a confined space, it's very heavy. It's going to move a lot of things, and that's going to move not only you, it's going to move your car, it's going to move your big SUV. So you can see from that graphic there from Noah that just 12 inches of water, just a foot, can just can cause a small car to float away. So that is definitely a concern whenever you're up in Vermont. So if you do not have a plan already, make one, please, because that is going to really your family's going to depend on that whenever you're trying to go through the severe weather event. Keep your eye out on low-lying spots such as ravines, creeks, and ditches. Those spots are very prone to flooding and specifically flash flooding. Keep alert to local media outlets, your National Weather Service office, specifically in Burlington, and Advective Weather. Seek a place of higher ground when flooding does strike. So, of course, hopefully you've been paying attention and seeing that the flood has been incoming. So, the place you can go to is like an attic, your rooftop, a place of higher ground, so you can just avoid the rising water. And again, turn around, don't drown. We've already talked about that before, but I just wanted to emphasize that again. Turn around, don't drown. Now let's talk about our severe threat in the Central Plains, and we have an enhanced risk in place of west central Kansas and portions of southwestern Nebraska. There's not going to be a lot of tornadoes with the system. We're not predicting a lot of them at all. The main threat is just going to be damaging winds and large hail. It's kind of the time for that. We're going to see lots of mesoscale convective systems kind of come together and produce a lot of heavy wind and large hail. So storms are expected to form by mid-afternoon, eventually forming into a mesoscale convective system by evening time. So it's going to bring a lot of damaging winds, a lot of hail, and lots of heavy rain. So New England is not the only one facing a lot of threats for heavy rain here. Heavy rain is going to be a big threat with this too. What can you do during this severe weather instance? So there's going to be plenty of instances where there's going to be considerable severe thunderstorm warnings. I think those get to your phone. I know destructive does. I'm not sure if considerable does. If anyone can tell me in the comments down below, but keep an eye on weather alerts and local media outlets and resources such as Advective Weather as the situation develops. Take all severe thunderstorm warnings seriously today. There's a lot of instances where people just kind of disregard severe thunderstorm warnings because they're just not a tornado warning. And I kind of understand that. But this is kind of that situation where it's going to be a little bit different. There's going to be a lot of heavy winds, there's going to be a lot of heavy and possible damage to not only property, but vehicles and potentially people. So don't consider doing any outdoor activities tonight. So that not only wind's going to be a threat, but hail as well. And I've been saying that over and over again, but that can cause serious damage to not only property, but to you. So stay home tonight. Go into a building at once when a severe thunderstorm warning is issued. That is most important. You don't want to be under a tree or outside whenever thunder is rolling. You don't want to be near that lightning storm. Nowhere near it. So you have to be in a building once that is issued, or at least whenever a storm rolls in. So, like I said before, I think text alerts get sent to your phone for dangerous severe thunderstorm warnings. Keep an eye on the phone. I'm sure you probably will, but in the off chance that you do not, do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked this in-depth video about what's going on today. As always, you can like and subscribe the video and join our Discord if you have any questions about meteorology and you just want to talk to us in general. And as always, you have a great day.